Okay, here is Mech 110 for the third class. What did we learn today? Well, we went out and we did a demo on the machine. I showed you how we check things out, do like a pre-flight check before we start it up. I then showed how we home the machine, how we move it manually, how we put a tool in to the spindle. And then I showed you how to set up and make the machine go 1200 RPMs in the forward direction for using an edge finder. I would suggest going to the Blackboard now. I have a link set up for a 25-minute setup video. If you want to run the machine mostly on your own by the end of this course, you're going to need to watch that video many times. Otherwise, I'll stand right next to you and we'll both run the machine together. No big deal. So then we reviewed the skills from last time. I went over again how you draw entities. How do you know the entities are on the screen? By you go to statistics and it'll tell you what entities are on there. I showed you again how to use levels, how to use colors to separate your thing. And then I went into the configuration quite a bit with people to show them how to change the background, their line width, and all that kind of stuff. What we found, we had a problem today in that some of the students' configuration would not put the drawing grid in the right place. That was because of a setting called a CAD setting, where it updates the plane every time you change views. I have you uncheck those boxes. So please, if you see this video, please, when you come in next time, set those things in the configuration again, or at least make sure that they don't cost us so much time like we did this time. So I reviewed all those skills very carefully, and then we picked up on the Mastercam process list. That's what we're gonna follow, and I'm gonna let you use the Mastercam process during test time so that you can draw a part, machine it, and generate code from it by the time you get out of here. Where we picked up was really the stock setup. We made sure we had all of our wireframe in, and then we clicked the box that said bounding box. And then we expanded the bounding box by 1/4 of an inch. We put another 1/4 of an inch on the bottom of the part, 10/1000ths on the top, and now we were set up and ready to start machining. Actually, the first thing we did was we picked the Haas machine definition, then we did the stock setup, then we set the files up and clicked all the boxes I told you to, and then we did tool paths. And the first one was face off, that 10/1000ths on the top with a 3-inch face mill. A lot of complications there, a lot of things to click and check, but that's the way it is in Mastercam. In return for a lot of control over the tool path, we have to remember a lot of little procedures and check boxes and radio buttons. After we did the facing toolpath, we set up to do all of them. Face 10,000, spot drill. Then when we come back next week, we're going to core rough and finish the outside of the part. All right? So I went over the interface and I went over the skills that we needed, and I got you through 3 of the tool paths on this part. Next week we're going to have a quiz on the interface. No big deal. I'm going to hand it out. It's going to be open book. You're going to be able to have Mastercam open. And I'm just, and anybody who is here and takes the test and hands it in completed will get 100 in their quiz score. So be here or lose out. Because if you're not here, you will take a severe point penalty on your quiz. All right, so here's the model, and you can see here, if you wouldn't mind come up, there's those 3 operations we did. Facing 10,000ths, spot drilling 10,000ths, and the 1/4 inch drilling through. We didn't have to click on any geometry, if you remember. Mastercam knew where the stock was and offered to face it off for us, and we let it. However, when we drilled the holes, we had to look at the geometry. And I'm going to show you that right now, and then I'm going to be done. The geometry was right here, and it shows all the points that we selected in the order that we selected them in. It shows very poor things here, but there's the toolpath going around. And if I were to highlight these points, I bet, yeah, they will show up. No, they don't. Anyway, that geometry window just showed you all the points that we picked. We copied the toolpath down. We changed the drill and the depth of it. We changed the tool and the depth of it. And so we didn't have to select all that all over again. So I showed you how to copy a toolpath down too. We will see you next Friday.